All right, today we're back at Pender's Creek, and topic of the day is no-till drill food plots. Yeah, we're back over at Pender's Creek. We're at a little bit different spot. This is at our tractor sheds here to the right of me. Got a little nice little pond over here. I know people are going to ask, what's the equipment? So we'll just talk about that real quick, tell you what it is. This is a Great Plains 606 NT, and this is a Kubota MX 6000 fully hydro with a cab, of course. So that's our equipment. No-till drill. What is it? Okay, first of all, it's no-till farming with a drill. All right, so the thing about no-till food plots is, number one attraction for me personally, and the reason that I decided to do this, was a time saver. Now there's certainly other benefits that we'll go to in a couple of the videos. This is a 3-part video, I think just 3 parts. I'm always long-winded, maybe a 4, maybe a 5, who knows? But anyway, time is what I'm after. First of all, I would also like to say that you will have to have a commitment to no-till with a drill food plots. What is a commitment? One is cost of a drill. Most anybody, especially around here doing food plots, probably has a disc, maybe a tiller, fertilizer spreader, and a tractor. You could actually do away with those 3 implements in time using a no-till drill. Okay, so the commitment is there for the money for those who don't mind spending it. I think over the next 3 videos I might be able to convince you this might be something you'd be interested in. Okay, how much is a drill? Everybody wants to know. Anybody don't have one? About 18,000. This is a 6-foot wide drill. 18,000. Yes, time is money, and when you can cut out some of these other implements, I don't have a problem with it. Okay, so that is the commitment far as money is concerned. The second part of commitment is you're going to have to be patient. The benefits of a no-till drill food plotting is in time, because not time saving, but in future, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, because of what it is. All right, so what is no-till with a drill farming? Okay, now I'm going to show you a picture right here. You can see this picture. This is a perfectly prepared food plot that I'm starting my process with. And I won't lie, I'm going to miss preparing it. However, to get to that level, that plot has been disked twice. Excuse me, let's back up. It has been bush hogged once. I didn't spray it, so if you'd have sprayed it, you have to add that in there. So bush hogged once, disked twice, tilled twice, fertilized, spread, and then I went over it with a cultipacker to have a firm bed. I'm planting clover over there, but 7 processes. You go, I don't do 7 processes. I bet you do at least 3, and we're getting it down to 1. All right, I'm gonna get to the how in a minute. All right, so you say, I just bush hog, I disc, I spread, seed, and fertilizer. You just did 4 things. All right, now what if you use Roundup on it or some other herbicide? You use 5 processes, okay? So with no-till drilling food plots, we're gonna get it down to 1 pass, and that's why it's a time saver. All right, so the idea with no-till drilling is, one, you don't till. I mean, as the name implies, you don't till anymore. All right, everybody that's ever did a food plot or a garden, my cornfield is a perfect example this year. Disc it, tilled it, etc., etc. It was, man, it was like a powder. First good rain, you couldn't drive a spike in it. It was so hard. All right, that's what tilling land does to the soil. All right, so here's the process. I'm starting mine off with a properly prepared seed bed for normal food plots. And so we're going to go in there with the drill. I'm planting Elbon rye and oats. Now it needs to be a cereal, my opinion, quotation, a cereal grain to do this with, but deer love Elbon rye and oats. All right, so I'm gonna go in there and drill those 2 seed in there. Now mixing seeds on a drill is not the greatest ideas, but on these 2 they're pretty close, so I'm gonna be able to do it. FYI, while we're talking about that, most drills are really set up for farming and 1 seed at a time. So if you buy some mix that has some seed big as soybeans and has clover in it, you're going to struggle with it in any kind of drill. So you'd either make multiple passes buying different seeds that are close to the same, or just don't use a mix. But anyway, back to what I'm using. I'm using Elbon rye and oats. All right, so I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna plant it. Now I've fertilized this year, hopefully this is the last time I fertilized, but I plant it with a drill. We're done. Our food plots are planted. A month from the time we plant or so, during deer season, there will be no change, no difference I can tell between conventional planting for the plot and drilling it. All right, of course this puts it down in rows, that puts it down spreading it. On spreading it versus putting it down like this, you're gonna use way less seed and you can control where it goes. I'm actually gonna put a row of clover down in one field and plant the rest in Elbon rye and oats. You can't do that with a spreader. This allows it. Okay, getting back to the topic. Elbon rye and oats. We plant it, we're done. Let's go deer hunting. All right, spring rolls around. Now, one thing about no-till farming is something should always be in the soil and not just for the heck of it. All right, so I'm learning presently that different plants grab chemicals out of the air and put them in the ground. An example will be soybeans. I'm going to plant a forage soybean next spring. Soybeans puts nitrogen in the ground and have these little nodules on them that build up the nitrogen. Can't even say nitrogen in the ground. Guess what needs nitrogen? Rye and oats. All right, so we're going to go in the spring, and this rye, you're going to have to catch it at the right time. We'll have a future video when that happens. We're going to have rye up to here. There'll be one more implement on the front of this tractor. It'll be a crimper roller. All right, we're going to go right over the top of steel green rye that's this tall, and you're going to roll it down and crimp it. Crimping it kills it. You can't just roll it, but you'll crimp it, and we're going to be planting forage soybeans same time we crimp it. One pass right through that green rye and oats, laying it down, planting soybeans. Boom. Now we got something for our deer to eat during the summer, a forage soybean. They can't necessarily just eat to the ground, and it's putting nitrogen in the ground. All right, next fall, it's time to plant again. What do? We ain't bush hogging, chemicals, tilling, disking, spreading, cultipacking. We're not doing any of that. We'll not worry about the crimper. We'll just load our Elbon rye and oats back in the drill. Whatever day we decide to plant, the soybeans will still be green, and we'll go right through them. And we'll be putting a winter food plot in right through green soybeans. Will it tear them up? Some of them, sure. Most of them, probably. But some will be left green and standing, and the deer still have something to eat right up until the time that our fall crop comes in. There'll probably be some soybeans on the stalk after it dies, and here lies the process. All right, so now you see the time savings. Once you get this process started, you're just doing this every year. Now we may change the plants a little over time. I did leave a very important part of this out, and we'll cover this and then we'll end this particular video here. No, I tell you what, we're going to cover that in the why video of no-till with a drill food plot. Okay, so the why and the benefits will be covered in the next video, number 2. And the last video we're going to do is just going to do a comparison from no-till with a drill, and conventional, and see what's best.